Okay. Okay, we'd like to welcome you to Fabric Chicks Alive on Monday, July 14th. We go live every Monday and Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And let's see. Welcome, everybody. Today we've got a couple of demos to show you. So if you ever miss our live, you can always go back and rewatch it. We try to do demos on Mondays, although lately I've been really sick, so we haven't done demos. But I have two demos. Well, I have one demo, and then I also have some inspiration, some Frieda inspiration. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you guys are here. Anyhow, so we have, and I've demoed this before. We like to demo things over and over and over. Like, if you ask any of our regulars how many times I've demoed the 60-degree ruler, I'm sure they would say 7,883 times. But every time you learn some kind of a new tip or trick. So it's Christmas in July, and I want to give you quick and easy gift ideas that you can make just to have ready. You know how you should always have a gift ready in case somebody shows up at your house that you weren't expecting and you didn't have a gift for, and then you can have it already wrapped and say, oh my God, here, these are for you. Okay, so this is the perfect gift for that situation. These are cute little mug rugs. You can top stitch around them. I haven't yet, but you could, okay? So super cute little stash buster mug rugs. You can also, these are using 2.5-inch strips, but you could use, wait, let me not lie to you. These are using 5-inch squares, I think. Hang on a second. Yes. Okay, so for the mug rug, we're going to take this one step at a time because my head's still foggy. So for the mug rug, you need 5-inch squares, and you need 5 of them. So you have the one 5-inch square that's going to be your backing fabric. So that's going to be this for the backing of your little mug rug. And then you need 5 other squares. So I did 2 of the maps and then 2 of a coordinating fabric. Okay. Then you're going to iron them wrong sides together, so the pretty side is out. So wrong sides together. You can't really tell with this, but you can with this. So the wrong sides get ironed together, so the pretty sides are out. You just iron them in half, super easy. Leave this one whole, and then you need a 5-inch piece of your scrap batting. So this is just a 5-inch leftover piece of batting, and I'm gonna take my background fabric, my backing fabric, and I'm gonna lay it face up. And then I'm going to lay, now I'm all out of order. I'm going to lay my batting on the bottom. And then I'm going to put 1 5-inch, 1 5-inch, 1 5-inch square here. This is the tricky part. Your last one, you can't just lay it down like this. You have to weave it under one of these. So it has to go under one of them so that it's you see how it's woven? Okay, once you get it here, you can throw some pins in it. I'm going to throw some pins in it just so you guys can see. Well, we're glad you found us, Jenny. So I'm going to throw some pins in here. Phyllis is the expert of this. Phyllis actually made a bunch of these at our last mini retreat, and the ladies loved them so much they bought them finished from her so that they already have Christmas gifts. But pin it here. Now you're going to stitch all the way around it, okay? I'm going to turn this one inside out so you can see what I'm talking about. Phyllis, is Bill feeling better? Yes, your raw edges are on the outside. So here is your raw edges, where you iron, the fold, the crease is on the inside. So I'm going to turn this one inside out so you can just see the step-by-step. Super quick and easy. So I stitched all the way around. You can see here where I've stitched all the way around the outside, all the way around. Then here in the center is how you turn it inside out. Okay, so if you want to make a bigger one, like a potholder size one, just use 10-inch squares. So if you want it, and then I'm going to just push, I would typically have my turning tool that I would push the edges out so I can get nice rounded edges. A chopstick will work also, but I do love my stuffing forks for this. And then I would top stitch around all the outside edges. So it makes a perfect little mug rug or a coaster. Some people call it a coaster. Great way to use up your stash and your leftover batting. If you want to make it potholder size, just do 10-inch. So you would need 4 for the front and then 1 for the back, 10-inch and a 10-inch batting. Then that'd be perfect pot holders. And I'm just going to tell you, everybody needs new pot holders, always, because you know how your pot holders get kind of nasty and you just keep them for years and years and years. There's really no reason for your pot holders to be nasty. We have a stash of fabric and you can make these up in an afternoon, literally 10-minute project or 5 minutes. Another spin-off on this is to do the hexagon. So this is the hexagon grid that a lot of you guys already have from Peggy's table topper. So I like to have different reasons to have a ruler, not just one. So you can do Peggy's table topper, which we can show you if you haven't seen it. And then you are going to cut 5 of this shape. So 1 for your background, and then 1 for each of these. You're going to cut 7. So for the hexagon, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for the hexagon, you're going to need 7 of them. But you cut this same shape, and then you fold it in half, iron it, and you lay it in here. So like this half of the hexagon goes under here. And then this one, you can see, goes all the way here. So that is the easy hexagon. You can make this into a pot holder, or you could do smaller hexagons and make it into a smaller piece if you want, into a mug rug. So S159, if you need the hexagon ruler, is $32. S159. So that is your quick and easy tips so that you can get a jump start on Christmas. And then down in this pile here, I'm working on, we love to find things at the thrift store. It's like a treasure hunt for us. And so I scored this jacket here, and this jean jacket, it's not even my size, but I still had to get it. So this jean jacket has already, when I bought it for, $8.99, it had these roses on it. So I thought it was perfect to just keep embellishing it. So I've got the next step. I'm going to sew this skull on here. I don't know where this price tag came from. So I've got this skull to sew onto here. So just if you've got an old jean jacket in your closet, this skull is super fun. There's a lot of fun things you can do with it. So that's the start of recycling, upcycling of this jacket. And then I did kind of get some other, these we had on a sale the other day, and I got some of these to see if I wanted to add these on, but I'm not so sure with the roses it already comes with, but I'm not so sure I am in love with the roses on here as they are, so I might cut some of these roses off of the arms because there's 6 of them. It's kind of like too structured for me. So I might cut some of the roses off and put them other places. I'm still thinking about it, still auditioning things. And then I did kind of love this this trim. So I might add this trim around it. I was thinking if I take those roses off, I could take that trim and just run it down the sleeve, which might be kind of different and fun. I'm still auditioning. I haven't decided yet. Or I kind of liked this rickrack also, but not together. I don't love the 2 looks together, so I have to pick one or the other. But the rickrack also kind of was a fun little addition. So you guys can put your 2 cents in and tell me which one you like better. The rickrack, the roses, or whatnot. Mary Lou says, move the roses. I know, it's like just kind of too much on there. but it was a good start. But I do love the skull here. So that is a project that's in the works. And then I just want to show you, I rescued another jacket from the thrift store. And I'm not sure what we need to do. It's a definite, it definitely needs to be altered a little bit, but super fun. They got the right idea for the embellishing. We just got to tweak it. And then here they got some paint on it. So I'm not sure why they didn't just take a chili pepper and put it down here over it, but we'll fix that. But just to give you an idea, this is a Route 66 jacket. So I paid $9 for the jacket at the thrift store, but they've kind of like painted a road down the sleeves, which is kind of a fun idea. And then the back of it is a fun little, Gracie says the cowboy has a pony in the back of his pink Cadillac. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do is some Alexander Henry fabric and applique it onto here. Gracie said I can't cover up the artwork.
I don't think Gracie said that.
You said it? Devin said it?
I said that.
Oh, Devin said it.
You couldn't cover it up.
Devin said I couldn't cover it. I don't know. The kids all blend together. Gracie was here for a half a second, so I feel like she said it. But Devin was the one who said it, okay? Good thing they keep me straight. So anyways, we're going to kind of redo this jacket. It's got a good start, but it just needs to be tweaked a little bit. So we're going to, I think, applique the Alexander Henry Western pinup girls over this. And then if you buy this, when we're all done having fun with it, you love this, you could just take off what we do. Or I could just auction the jacket off and let it be your next project. So that is kind of our upcycling of the day inspiration. We got so much going on here. Like over here, I'm going to decoupage this mannequin with some kind of collage it, like a Laura Heine collage the mannequin. It's an actual dress form, but I want to put fabric on it and decoupage it and just have a fun piece of artwork. So that's also in the works. And Anne says she would use red trim, no rickrack, and move the roses. I know the roses are too much. Like it's a good start, but in the wrong direction. Okay, so we do have some things for sale today. I'm trying to give you guys a few Christmas projects because if you don't start on Christmas now, you might be in trouble when December 24th comes around and you're like, oh, I wish I had done this. Oh, I wish I had done that. So we do have a few Christmas things for this afternoon's sale. So if you're new to watching, all you have to do is type in the number, the letter S. S is you committing to buying it. So if you're new to watching and you want to purchase anything we're showing you, type in S44 and then how many yards of this rickrack you want. And this is vintage rickrack, but it is a cotton polyester. So we just got this in. S44 is $1.50 a yard. S44, so you can just type in S44 and then how many yards you want of it. And this is a super cute Christmas stocking. If you can totally scrappy it up. Look at how they've scrappied up this whole section here. And then added a cute ruffle. I love the toe with the bell. If you wanted, you could just enlarge the pattern if you want to make it bigger. But this is kind of a fun size. And it actually only goes to right here. And then this part is stuffed to keep the body. So super fun little stocking. And the pattern is S42 for $14. S42 for $14. If you don't want to do the little ruffle here, you can also do little points. They're kind of like prairie points, but not really. Oh, Fran, I hope he's okay. We'll pray for him. Oh, Fran, I'm sorry to hear that. We'll keep him in our prayers. Okay, S42 is for the cute little stockings. And then we have some sales, some good pricing on sales, because there's nothing Devin would rather do than cut fabric and ship tomorrow. So let me get, this we did at $7 a yard for the collection. So this is what they call a woven fabric. It's 100% cotton, but it is great for clothing or for quilts. But see how it's kind of printed. It's not really printed, but it's woven, so you get a design on either side. So you could actually use either side of this fabric. So I'm going to move this away so you don't get confused. So this is the back side, this is the right side, but you could actually use both sides of the fabric. So it's a cotton woven by Moda. It's a Moda Fabrics. And this collection has 7 pieces. This one is the only one I believe that is not woven. It was in that collection, but it is kind of the same printed on both sides. So, but does feel a little bit different. So those 5 pieces are $7 for the 1 yard collection. $35. Half yard is $17.50 and fat quarters is $14. And then I have 2 bolts left in that collection. So S41 is $8 a yard. S41 is $8 a yard. I think they would make good like culottes, like kind of baggy pants. There's not too much left of it though, but 1, 2, 3, probably 3.5 yards left of this one. And then S40 is $8 a yard. S40 is $8 a yard. So if you would like to order and you're new to watching, you just type in S as you committing to buying it, and then the number and how much of it you would like. And then you can call us later with your shipping information. So if you want this collection, there's 5 pieces in the collection, and that's $7 a yard. $7 a yard. And broke his pelvis in half. Yikes. Do you sell a tearaway that's thin like paper? It's what we use for the layered leaf in class. It's different from the tearaway I ordered recently that is more like a fiber. Sandy, I'll look and see the different tearaways we have, because we do have several different tearaways. So I'll look, and I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, so we have, I had a little gal come in to visit me today, just so she could show me her Frieda quilt. So I did post it on Fabric Chicks Facebook page. And so just to show you up close what we did with the Frieda panel, and I believe I have one, I think that I saw one of these panels in the shop somewhere, but I tried to find it today and I couldn't. So I'm sure I put it somewhere really special because I only had one left. But if you want this exact one, let me know, and then I'll just be on a lookout for when we find it. But this is what we did with this one. And so basically it was just a panel, and we just collaged all over it and added crazy things. I did post on Fabric Chicks Facebook page and Instagram page, so you can see what the other gal did with hers. Everyone turns out so different. She put a really cute, blingy, rhinestoney vintage button for the earring. It was so cute. I might have to go find one for her. But then I did some words on it, like be at peace with the broken pieces and find comfort in the chaos and expect success, embrace failure. So I kind of personalized it with some different things that we did in one of our little mini art classes we had here at some point. We printed stuff on fabric. But this here is an artificial leaf. So this was an ugly green leaf, fern leaf, and you know those plastic things. And I just threw some paint and glitter on it and took the elastic from the back off of it and then just stitched it down to my piece. So just to give you different ideas of what you can do, here are some of the random Alexander Henry pieces that we have in the banner. These were like miscuts, so I just cut them and put them on here. So just to give you an idea, if you want to do a fun little artsy piece, I do have this panel. We have some of these panels left. S158 is $18. And so I'm probably going to embellish this one too, just because I had so much fun with it. But honestly, I don't know if I need two Frieda quilts, but I think I might. I don't know why, but in my heart, I think I might need two of these quilts. So I'll probably do another one. S158 is $18. This is an Alexander Henry Frieda panel. And we have, I would say, about a half a dozen of these left. So if you want it, get it quick. S158 is $18. 158 is $18. And then I meant to bring down, I started embroidering around this Frieda panel. You have to look real close. It's a bunch. I cut these. So here's a shirt. I cut these all apart and I'm embroidering them all, and then I'm going to put them into a quilt. Maybe around that Frieda panel. I don't really know. But here is another design. So you could paint these with your fabric pins, or you could do hand embroidery, or you could stitch around them and color them in with pencils or crayons. They're just fun, kind of Frieda, Day of the Dead designs. So here's a flower and some skulls, some pesos, a butterfly, a heart, some more skulls, little crafty chica, and the hand, which is popular. The hand with the heart, and then this says Artista. So just a fun panel that you can really do anything with. This one is S131 for $10. S131 for $10. S131 for $10. I do have several of them already embroidered and colored in, so when I find them, when I unbury myself, I'm so far behind now. I literally have slept about 20 hours a day for the last 2.5 weeks. So this weekend was really the first time that I've been awake. So we did do some fun things. We went river rafting and had a big party up in Tahoe. So that probably didn't help me coming right off of being sick. But I'll find them. I'll find the blocks. Hey, Diana, how are you? Yeah, Frieda is super popular on the back of jackets, and thank you, Stephanie. Well, Fran, you have lots of people praying for your son now. S139 is for glamour. I love this thread. It's a 12 weight. So a 12 weight is the biggest thread that you can run through your regular domestic sewing machine. So you can run this through the top. You don't really have to change your tension, but it has one strand of rayon with one strand of metallic thread. So it is fantastic. I hand embroider with this thread a lot. This is the Halloween collection. So if you need this, S130 is $49. S130 is $49. You've got a great purple, orange, black. It's kind of a licoricey black, it looks like, a silver, and a green. So super fun colors. I do love my glamour thread because it's not too much glitter, just a little sparkle. And tune in Wednesday, I will try to remember to bring down samples of my hand embroidery with it. But I do also use it through my machine. I do a lot of hand applique and thread painting with it on my regular machine. Okay, these are our Frieda panels that we used in banners. So I only have a couple of these. I call them the summer colorway. S160 is $9.95. S160 is $9.95. And we only have a couple of this colorway. And then we have a little bit more of this. We thought we were sold out of it, and then I found a whole bag that I'd taken home for homework to tie up, and then I never did. I must have hidden it from myself. S159 is what I call the fall colorway, just a little bit darker. S159 is $9.95, and I just want to show you guys real quick what we did do with it.
Am I supposed to come?
Yep, you're supposed to follow me. Devin just hung this back up. So up here, let me get some lights on in here. So this is what I did. I took the one side. This is the fall side, the darker colorway, and the lighter colorway is on the back side. If you were gonna do this for your sewing room or something, you would only need to do one side. You could just do regular fabric on the back side. I just do them double-sided because we put them in our booths or put them in the shop so you see them on both sides. So this is a super easy technique. We literally, here, I gotta reach up here and try to get this out of her face. I need to re-sew that on. Anyhow, so you're gonna take heavyweight Timtex, and it's fusible on both sides. This is what it is. It's an interfacing, but it's the interfacing that's in the brim of your hats so that your banner stays really firm. It doesn't get floppy. And then you fuse on one side and then the other side. Then I always stitch all the way around the outside edge just so it doesn't peel up over time. It's not supposed to, but I'm really rough on things. So just kind of as an insurance, I sew around the side. Plus it makes it just look more professional and finished. And then I just add trims and different things. If anybody wants vintage cookbooks, we have a plethora of, you could tell me what kind of cookbook you want. We've got a bazillion. I'm not really sure, but just for the artwork, look at how cute the fun little vintage, it is kind of a cute book, but I know we all get our recipes offline nowadays if we even cook. But we have a ton of, it's the gold souvenir edition of Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook. It's probably worth a lot of money. Anyhow, we have a ton of cookbooks here. If you so desire, we've got cookbooks. We can throw them in your box, or you can come by the shop and pick them up. We'll be throwing them outside. So if you're local, we have a bunch of stuff outside that's free. We've got quilting magazines. We've got patterns. We just are buried in stuff. So a lot of stuff is outside. If you want the quilt books, just say you want quilt books and we'll get them. We'll figure out which ones you want. Suzette still uses hers. Okay, so here is S159 for the vintage, or not the vintage, but for the Frieda Day of the Dead heads. S159 is $9.95 for the darker colorway, and then the lighter colorway is $160. S160. I actually still use a cookbook when I do cook. I do like to have, I don't like to have to keep turning my phone on, putting my password in. If you want to make a gift for a friend, here's a fun pillowcase. So if you have a friend, the Day of the Dead is coming up in October. So this is a fun one with skulls, and then a cute little border print, Alexander Henry for the border cuff. S129 is $14. We do have a sample somewhere. It does include the hot dog pillowcase pattern. We do have a sample somewhere, but I couldn't find it. S129 is $14. S129 is $14. And we have a kind of a fun little collection. I only have 1 yard of this main print left. So it's in the collection. And then these, if you love dogs and kitties, this is kind of a fun little skull one. So S48, 6 times 8 is 4. Hang on a second. I did this at $8, so we want to do 7. So let's see how good my math is. 42, 7, 42, 21, and let's do 15. Okay, so here is the prices. If you get the collections, we always try to do the collections a little bit less expensive. And then the bolts that we have left, we have S157 for $8 a yard. Those are the little skull kitties and fish bones and dogs. So if you want to make like a Halloween pillow for your grandkids or backing for a quilt, these are Riley Blake fabrics. If you want to do backing of a quilt, that's a good price point at $8 a yard. S156 is the black background, S156. The purpley periwinkle background is S153. S153. I'm going to have to buy Devin a new tripod because he broke the handle on this one last week. So I can see he's kind of struggling trying to move the tripod in the camera. Here is the skull heads. S155 is $8 a yard. You girls know, and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you know that it's going to be Halloween and fall before you know it. So make sure you stock up. This one is just a fun heart one. It's a pretty purpley pink color, S154. And these are all Riley Blake fabrics, S154, S154. And then I do have some of the skull heads left. So if you need the skull head, and you might not necessarily like skulls, but you have a daughter-in-law or somebody in your family who does. So this is the skull head that I had on the back of the jean jacket. S152 is $9. S152 is $9. And then we also have the cream colorway. The one that I put on the back of the jacket because of it was black. So I tried the black one. It didn't look good. And then I thought maybe I would dye this. Maybe like a red to go with the roses. But then I thought it would look stupid. So I think I'm just going to keep it natural. S151. S151 is the skull head. And a lot of you guys already have the skull heads from the last time we showed it. So just, let's see. I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm going to close up the half yard and 1 yard collections. And we do have this felt. S39 is $12. I don't know what, I know what that is. S39 is $12. This is felt, and this is everything that comes. Is there glare? Everything that comes in it. So I have it all cut out and ready to assemble it, but then, of course, I've got to bedazzle it and embellish it, so it'll probably never get done. So as soon as I get the sample done, I will show you that. But if you want to get a jump start on it, or it's a great project for the grandkids. If you've got grandkids this summer, here's some artsy projects that could keep them busy. So I know I spent, my 10-year-old niece came to visit me for my birthday, and she said she's very crafty. She's been crocheting blankets, which is pretty amazing for a 10-year-old. So I told her I'd send her some crafty stuff. So I'm going to have to send her that. Oh, gosh. Oh, my girlfriends are texting it's happy hour. I'm not sure where they are that it's happy hour, but okay. It would be nice to not work. I don't know how. I'm busy working. I don't have time for happy hour. Okay, here's another Christmas gift. Looks good. It does look good on the purple background, Ann. Okay, this is a nativity scene that your grandkids or your kids can play with. So the barn opens up, and all of the little people are in here. So you've got sheep, shepherds, baby Jesus, Mary, wise men, Gabriel, and all that good stuff. We did put that, I think we put soft flex in here to make it really stand nicely. We put soft flex. So if you've got grandbabies or babies, oh, Peggy, you always have wine. It could be 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you got a glass of wine. What was the number for the crafty for the grandkids? S39. S39 is $12. S39 is $12, and that will make a fun banner. All kinds of fun little things there. Okay, so the nativity scene S150 is $18. S150 is the panel for the nativity scene. S150 is $18. S150 is $18 for the panel to make the barn and all of the figures. So if you're like me and you collect nativity scenes, this is a fun one. And the grandkids can actually play with it. It's not going to break. So S150, and if you get it now and start it now, you might actually get it done for Christmas 2025. Okay, just a few Christmassy things, trying to keep you guys all up to date on the holidays that are coming so fast. We have some golds. You can never have too many gold fabrics in your collection. So this is a metallic, and we did it at $8 a yard also. So we have 1 yards, half yards, fat quarters. S0162 is 5 pieces. 1 yards are $40, half yards are $20, fat quarters are $15. So if you were looking to make like an elegant Christmas setting, you could make placemats with these, table runners. You could do gift bags out of them. The options are really kind of limitless. And then we don't have these on the bolt anymore. So we just have 1 yards, half yards, fat quarters at $8 a yard. And then we have the black colorway. And this one does have, if you look really close, look at the cute little deer. There's a little deer there. See it, very subtle. And then this one does have writing, Emily Dickinson, Dwell on the Possibilities, something by Louisa May Alcott. So S0161, there's 8 pieces in the collection. And so at $8 a yard, it's 1 yards are $64, half yards are $32, fat quarters are $24. And those are those collections. If you're new to watching and you get distracted or you're not really sure what to do, all you need to do is type in S is you committing to it, and the number, and then you can call us with your info, and we'll get you all set up. And you can always go back and rewatch it. Mondays, though, we do take the numbers off Tuesday morning, so you have to be pretty quick. If you don't catch us live, you do have to be pretty quick, because all this goes back into the shop Tuesday morning so that we can get ready for Wednesday's big sale. Okay, we just got this iron in. This is one of my favorite steam irons. It's tiny, so you can travel with it. It does come with a, let's see what it says. Homecraft, dorm travel, includes storage bag, measuring cup, and instructions. Heats quickly, but it's a really, really good steam iron. So it's Dritz steam iron. S43 is $40. S43 is $40. And then we have, Devin said my clock is wrong. I don't know how come it's slow. It's supposed to never get slow. Anyhow, I do have some peacock feathers. I have a couple of yards of this piece. So $8 a yard, $4 a half yard, $2.50 a fat quarter. We only have a couple of yards of that piece left. These would be great if you want to do like a 3 1-yard quilt of the peacock feathers. S157. I only have that 1 yard left. I have 2.5 yards of S156, which is kind of a tealy background with the peacock feathers. And then this is just a good feathery. I only have one piece left of this. Kind of looks like wings and feathers. S155. And it goes a little bit crazy. But our iPad is linked to our cell phone, so like we can't avoid
fix that setup, please.
Okay. Okay, hang on a second. I can't. You gotta fix it. I can't.
I think it's fixed now.
Okay. Don't ask us. We don't. It's so complicated. Okay, here's a fun little peacock fabric. We have about 4.5 yards of this one left. It does have the peacock there. I know, sorry. Anytime we get a phone call, it screws it up. Okay, so $8 a yard. S154, half yards are $4, fat quarters are $2.50. And then I do have $8 a yard for metallics. I do have 2 of these fat quarter bundles left. S149 is $21. There's 7 fat quarters in here. So you're getting the peacock feather. Oh, I hate to tear these apart, but it's the only way you can really see it. So you've got the peacock. This one has the peacock in it right here. You got the peacock. You got the peacock feathers. You have the white, the turquoise, and then you have some blenders. You got a turquoise and green galaxy blender, and the black that went with that fabric line, and then the purple. So if you want a collection, S149, there's 7 pieces for $21. 7 pieces for $21. And let's see. Hang on a second, Joyce. I'm going to write down your, do we have scratch paper? Okay, I'm going to write it right here. Okay, Joy S148, 1 yard. Because we never see we never see YouTube comments after this. Facebook is good, but YouTube goes away. So let me just make sure we didn't miss any. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, Joyce, I got you here. Okay, so those are for the peacock collections. Let me pin this to the fat quarters so I know what we said. And are you guys ready for some auctions? You either love the auctions or you don't. There's like really no in between. But the auctions are my favorite. I have S153. This auction is starting at $8. So this is a peacock panel. We only have one of them. S153. The auction is starting at $8. So if you're new to watching, if you want to bid on an auction, you just bid the amount you want to pay. They'll usually go up like in dollar increments. You just never know. You've got to pay attention and look at the comments. S153, the auction is starting at $8 for a fun, cheerful peacock. This I think would be cute. For those of you doing vests, this would be cute on the back of your vest. And then you could pull in all the colors and do some piecing for the front. or cut it apart. Katie doesn't like the auctions. S153. You got to pay attention, Katie, and I know that's hard for you. Okay, S153. Hang on. We're going to have some auctions. S153 is at $8. We have some vintage threads here. So some wooden spools and a variety of things. S120, I have no idea what this is. Contact, it says. So S120, the contact, but you've got some wooden spools, some vintage S120 is $3. And I just want to show you, I stole a picture off of Facebook to give you guys some inspiration for the vintage spools, because we do have let's see. We do have quite a few notions coming up. So this was on the Scrappy Girls Club, but it is a picture frame. Remember the other day, Evelyn got 3 big picture frames really inexpensively. But look at how cute that is for you guys to do your wooden spools. Kind of a crafty project. Get out your hot glue gun. So if you need, there was another one that they took the wooden spools and they hot glued them onto a wreath. So lots of fun vintagey ideas. S120 is at $4. 153 is at $8. Sue, just so you know, I don't know if you want this, Peacock. You did. I think you bought one of these. I think we had one of these before, or it was very similar, and you did buy it. But I'm happy to sell you a second one. I just don't want you to end up with 2 if you don't want to. Kathleen, that'd be super cute. A spool wreath for your sewing room door with wooden spools. I'm going to work on it. Well, I'm going to give it to Devin because I think Devin would be really good at crafts. So S120 is at $4. The wooden spools and the variety of stuff here is at $4. And then the favorite recipes from quilters, S147. The auction is starting at $5. I actually have this in my pantry. I have this cookbook that one of my best friends, Roberta, gave me years ago. So if you need the favorite recipes from quilters, there are some good recipes in here. S147, the auction is starting at $5. Okay, Sue, it's yours. And S147, the auction is starting at $5 for the cookbook. 147 is starting at $5. And then the next auction we have is starting at $3. Oh, S157. So this is a bunch of, look at how cute that polka dot, a bunch of vintage bias tape, fold over tape. S157 is starting at $3. You've got 5 of the denim extra wide. So it looks like, well, you know what it looks like if you know what this is. But so you can, if you're making a garment or something, you can put the edges inside of here and then just stitch it down. So basically bias tape already made. So super fun. Here's a little vintagey one for like a, I don't know, small project. S157 is at $3. S157 is at $3. And Riri is on YouTube, 157 at $3. And 120, I think it's just Mary Lou for $4. Mary Lou for $4. Whatever that is, comes with it. And 157 for the bias tape is at $3. The cookbook is at
$4.
Oh, Jennifer Evans is at $4. Riri, Jennifer Evans is at $4 for the bias tape. And then the recipes are at $10. The recipes are at $10. And then let's see what's in this fun bag. $147. I'm just going to scooch these over a little bit. $157 is at $4, and the cookbook is at $10. And then S155 is whatever's in this fun bag. Oh, you got vintage snaps. So, I mean, just the packaging is really fun. I mean, really. You got, so it's a variety box of random stuff. Snaps and things, some Velcro. And then what else? There's another box in here. So also S155 also has some satin trim, some sock patches, priceless sock patches. Well, some other patches. This was the patch box. Some cute little vintage rickrack. Some seam binding, S155. So a variety of patches in the box. And then you've got a collection of rickrack, gold rickrack, a lot of different little rickracks. Just the trims alone are so cute. Some piping. So all of this is in that auction as $155 at $3. $155 at $3. $157 for the seam tape is at $4. The seam tape is at $4. The cookbook is at $10. And $155 is at $4. Okay, Sue, be careful while you're driving. Okay, so I'm going to close this up. The seam tape S157 is at $4. 157 is at $4. The cookbook is at $10. And we're going to close these up real quick. 157. Did we have any other bidders? Get your final bids in. 157 is Jennifer Evans for $4. Jennifer for $4. And 147 for the cookbook. 147 is Kathleen for $10. Kathleen for $10. And 155 is at $4 for all the vintage rickrack and snaps and things. And let's see. So here, well, maybe we'll get to that. I don't know. How much time do we have, Devin?
3 minutes.
Okay. Here is flannel. So you've got, it looks like a yard of that, probably a yard.
$6.
155 is at $6. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there for a minute.
Just say it out loud.
155 is at $6. 155 is at $6 for the patches and snaps and rickrack. Now we've got a kind of a woodsy flannel. This looks like it's probably about 3/4 of a yard. You've got some leftover scraps from a project. You've got some trees, a smaller piece of that, a bigger piece, a yard plus of that. You've got some moose. So I'd say some patchworky. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 yards of flannel here. S108 is at $12. 108 is starting at $12. 155 is at $7 on YouTube. 155 is at $7 for the rickrack and the patches and the snaps. 155 is at $7. 155 is at $7. And get your final bids in. You got a lot of snaps. You got a patch here, president of whatever you want to be president of. 108 is at $12. 108 is at $12 for the flannels. The flannels are at $12. And let's see. You know, when you're packing to go home from a trip, you can never get all your stuff back in your suitcase. That's what I feel like right now. I can't fit it all in here. Okay. Oh, that's like a snap. Wow. There's some interesting things in here. Treasures for sure. Okay, 155. 155 is Riri. Riri for 155 is Riri for $7. And the flannel is at $16. The flannel's at $16. 20. The flannel's at $20. The flannel's at $20. Here I'm gonna do a giveaway. Here I'm gonna put $1 on this because I think too many people are gonna want it. Snow friends, happy days! It's snow time. Oh, I probably should have saved that for the. I probably should have saved that for a goodie bag for the shop pop because the theme is snow something. Snow. Let it snow. Let it snow. Let it snow. Anyways, here's a cute little tapestry wall hanging. It is just kind of a cute little thing you can put in your hallway. It comes with a little hanger. The hanger alone's worth $1. S160 is at $1. 160. Oh, it's at $2. 160 is at $2. 108 for the flannel is at $20. 108 for the flannel is at $20. There's at least 6 yards there. At least 6 yards. Okay, for those of you with grandkids, here is a creature crochet. It looks like everything is still in the box, but I don't make any promises, but it looks like it's never even really been opened. So it's got a bunch of different patterns. So if you want to teach your kids how to crochet, it has been open. It has been started. Something was started. Anyways, crochet S45. We're just going to start that at $3. S45 is for the crochet kit. S160 is at $5. 160 is at $5. 108 for the flannel is at $22. 108 for the flannel is at $22. And the crochet S45 is at $3. The crochet animals is at $3. Great for kids. Includes everything you need to make 2 creature projects. S45 is at $3. S160 is at $5. And 108 for the flannel is at $22. Okay, get your final bids in. I'm going to close these up. Get your final bids in. And if you're new to watching, it goes by what our screen says. So your screen's always going to look like you were the last one to comment. But sometimes that's not the case by the time it gets through the airways and gets to us. Okay, so 108 is going to go to Kathleen for $22. Kathleen for $22. Once we write on it, that's the final say. 160 is Laura for $5. And if you really want something, then I would put in a little bit more just to make sure you get it, because sometimes they just sneak in with their bids. Jenny is $3. Okay, so I do have a couple of free patterns from Kathy Holden. There's 4 small projects in here that you can make for any of your friends or family members that are going through cancer. So I'm just going to scroll and we're going to just do whoever's name we land on. So I have Carolyn Gavernich. Are you still here, Carolyn? I have Carolyn. And remember, if you ever win something and you don't want it, we do not want to clutter your world. We know what it's like to live in clutter. We do not want to clutter your world. So if you ever win something and you don't want it, just let us know and we will give it to somebody else. And then the other person I have is Diane Cherie. Diane Cherie, you won the pattern. And that is all we have. I think we're at our time limit. Devin's a stickler. He does not let us go over our time. So we will get these into your boxes and we'll get working on Wednesday sale. So join us Wednesday at 4 o'clock and make sure you follow us on Facebook and YouTube, Fabric Chicks Creative Oasis, and we'll post whatever it is we're working on tomorrow. Have a great night. Go get some sewing done.